Hey family, Dad here. Hope you're having a great day. On this video, I just wanted to talk about, why I'm quitting my current job and also why I'm telling my boss that I'm resigning. So I've shared on our previous videos that, I've been doing a job search and I had a couple offers, which I'm grateful for. And I am starting that new role at the beginning of April. I am going to have to tell my current job that I am resigning. Now, why am I resigning? Why am I going to tell my boss, my current boss, that I'm leaving the org, leaving the company? A couple factors that came into play on this. I haven't been happy, since month 6. I've been with this company. I started in this role back in June. I got laid off back in May of 2024 and started the new role here in June. And a couple things were, one, it's a contracting role. I guess in a broader sense, there's really no difference between a non-contracting role and a contracting role. There was no really time limit with this contracting role. It's kind of indefinite. You can get kind of cut or laid off at any given notice, any given time with this role. And I guess with a non-contracting role, that can happen as well. I mean, I've been laid off 4 times and, those were all unexpected. But anyhow, I think part of that is just it's a contracting role, and I just don't know how long it's going to last for. And about, month 6 into this role, I started seeing what the opportunities are going to look like for this role I'm in. It just doesn't seem like there's going to be much growth, much opportunity to grow and scale the business. And so that's part of the reason why. The other reason why is developmental piece. Now, when I took this role, I was really intrigued. There was only 25 employees, top to bottom, and that made me really curious. I've never been with a company this small. We don't have a robust amount of salespeople. I think at the time when I started, there was only 8, and I think there's 9 now. They just hired a new person for a role out east. Nevertheless, I've never been with a company this small, and being this small, I thought there'd be other opportunities to kind of develop, learn other aspects of the organization, such as the marketing team, just kind of getting my feet wet and just kind of learning more from a developmental perspective. Now, as we fast forward 6 months later into my role, I noticed that there's no opportunities to develop. There's no marketing team. There's really no other departments in this team. In this company. So that really made it discouraging for me, because that's something that I want to learn and grow and develop, is learn other aspects of a company, of a business down the road. So those were really the 2 biggest factors that contributed to me looking for new roles. I just don't want to be stagnant at the end of the day. I know it's a tough job market out there. I've seen it, on social media, on LinkedIn, the stress that some people haven't had a job in months or even years, and I don't know what their situation is, how proactive they are as far as trying to find a new gig. But for me, I was very, very hyper focused on finding a new role, and I am in sales, so at least in my view, there are plenty of opportunities in healthcare sales. Yeah, I mean, it came down to 2 offers, which I was really grateful for the opportunity. And, at that point, I chose one of them, and I am starting that in April. Now, what I'm going to tell my boss, I'm going to tell him today. Today is March 31st. So it gives the company about a week before I start my new role, and that'll be fine. I mean, this company is so small. I don't have to hand off any of my business to another counterpart to help support. This company is so small that giving them 2 weeks notice is not even, they don't need that 2 weeks. A week is probably more than sufficient enough just to kind of tie up any loose ends, hand in my company issued laptop, credit card, all that good stuff. So I don't think it'll be an issue. And I'll tell my boss the same thing. Those 2 factors is just long-term growth. I just don't see it. And just scaling the territory, the business. They don't need a rep in the state of Washington here. They could use that headcount at other parts of the United States, such as the South. I think there's a lot of abundance of opportunities and growth where it makes sense for them to add another headcount down there. So I'll share, what it's going to look like, what the result was when I told my boss that I'm resigning on a future video. So stay tuned for that. Let me know your thoughts. Am I handling it right? Am I approaching it the right way as far as, leaving my job and going to a new opportunity? Comment, like, subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it. So that's all I got. I'll catch you on the next video.